So the Atlanta Hawks find themselves in the 6th seed. We'll be going up against the New York Knicks, and this is exactly where I wanted us to be. It would have been nice to claim the 5th seed and say, hey, we were the 5th overall best team in the East, but we clinched our division, so I'm good. I just feel like we would have had a tougher matchup against Cleveland. Going up against Allen and Mobley in that paint, I just don't think we're big enough. They're too big. Didn't want to face that in the first round. So, shout out to my Atlanta Hawks. Now, in terms of the play-in, we've got Philadelphia and Orlando. I expect Philly to go ahead and lock in that 7th seed. This will push Orlando down to face Charlotte or Miami. They'll be going up head-to-head to see who's going to go up against Orlando. I'm going to say Charlotte will take that and go up against Orlando. And then ultimately Charlotte will overtake Orlando and lock in that 8th seed, setting up the Eastern Conference playoffs. Not sure what happened to the Orlando Magic. We had very high hopes for them at the beginning of the season. They just didn't hold up. That's a whole nother video of their collapse because they literally got belt to butt against the Boston Celtics bench players. I think they had a couple of good role players that played, but for the most part, they're bench players. They could not keep up. You had Paolo Banchero out there, Desmond Bain, Suggs, Wagner. Not sure what happened with their collapse. Like I said, that's a whole nother video. But let's talk about the Hawks in their last game against Miami. I was impressed with, what we wanted. We weren't looking, it would have been nice to get the win the way Boston did, but that's not what we got. But it was definitely a story to tell, notes to take. Corey Kispert looks like he found his shot in that game. Hopefully that can translate over to the playoffs. He dropped 21 points. Asa Newell, oh my God. I have been fussing for a minute as to why Quinn Snyder is not playing this young man. Asa Newell had a double-double, 17 points. He pulled 11 boards. Zach, he showed a little more confidence. Zachariah Ricochet, 11 points, 9 boards. He just needs a little more burn. And I'm hoping the Hawks is not about to give up on him. That's a whole nother video of things that I've been seeing. I'm just hoping that we're not witnessing his downfall right before our eyes. Hopefully the young man can pull it together. Another player that surprised me that I really didn't know about was Keyshawn Gilbert. He scored 11 points, 9 assists, which was great to see because one of the things we need with this positionless offense that we're running is good ball handling, and I'm sure things like that is what's giving Zachariah Ricochet less minutes. You got Kispert, we got Kuminga, and now this young man Gilbert handling the ball. That's something Zachariah's just not developing quick enough for what the Hawks needs. Now, shout out to Buddy Hill. Buddy Hill came in and dropped 31 points. He's been a really, really good leader piece on our bench. That's always the first one up to congratulate the other guys for the runs that they've been going on, the starters, and then he's been sitting on the bench, and the man can still get buckets. And you can't say it was a pointless game because he did it against Miami's best. Miami had their best squad out there, and this man dropped 31. So hopefully that's a sign that we're going to be using him in the playoffs. Hopefully. But again, Quinn Snyder have always let me down with his rotations. I expect Nikhil to come into the playoffs still hot. Dyson locking up, playing defense. Hopefully we can just keep building on what we have. Mohamed Gay coming off the bench. Kuminga, hopefully he'll take it to the next level with that spark. CJ McCollum running the floor. And we know what he does. He's just going to have to, he got to play big. Got to play big. He's our big that we're dependent on. And then, of course, Jalen Johnson, head of the snake. Hopefully he'll take the lead and run this team, get hot. His focus, hopefully, is triple dub every game. We're going to need it. If we're going to beat these Knicks, if we're going to go make deep runs into the playoffs, he's going to have to bring trip dub Jalen.